Here versus Gragas. You have TP, he has TP, alright. Invading level 1. both teams invading. Okay, you usually want to back a little bit earlier than that. Oh, if you even lose XP here, it's... Oh no, but... Oh, you didn't lose XP, but it was mega close to losing XP. Okay. Yeah, don't extend the trade. Okay, when... It's a fair try to walk up and get the drag through there, but when you attack him afterwards and get the aggro from these 3, like you have now, you always want to reset into the bush. You don't want to take these 3 auto attacks, for example. Like that's a little bit more HP than you want to lose. Oh, and when your passive is down right now, and he presses W, you don't walk up and take this auto attack from him. Okay, you almost took it to the face for free. I would not have walked in and traded his W for your drag through auto attack, because it's an even trade, and as Shen, you're not happy with even trades. Firstly, it's because you can do better. As Shen, you can find trades where you're completely winning, where you're losing almost no HP, and the enemy is losing like 200 or 300 HP. And secondly, Gragas has sustain, you don't. So don't take even trades like this. Just wait for your passive to be up and focus on getting level 2 first. And like... Yeah, like right now, what should be in your head should be like... What's going on with the wave? Can I get level 2 first? You shouldn't be trading, and you should just be hitting minions right now. Oh man. I'm not respecting him at all, and even if you got level 2 first, you weren't ready. You weren't ready. You should have been ready for the taunting right here. Before he gets level 2 as well. Now he's gonna barely get level 2 from this. No, okay, he doesn't. So you got a little bit lucky because he kind of walked up and got hit by your taunt anyway. Even though you were also surprised by you hitting level 2 here. He didn't react at all. Or he tried to greed for level 2 and then he got taunted. He didn't have to do that. You always want to go in right when you hit level 2. You want to know that you're hitting level 2 and plan around it. You don't want to get surprised. Oh, I'm level 2, and then you go in a bit later. That's not how it's supposed to go. Alright. Oh, no, no, no. Why are you so stressed, man? Why are you so stressed? Gragas will walk up eventually to last hit something, right? He's not gonna stand from range and Q forever, even though he doesn't have Q in level 2 right now. Like, just don't hit anything. Just stand here or walk up and place the blade. Both options are fine. But don't freaking just taunt in. Even if you hit this, it's not amazing. You're still pretty deep in the enemy line. Yeah. Way too stressed. Wait, what happened there? Okay, so after this fuck up, your E is on cooldown, your Q is on cooldown, and then you just let him walk up to you and trade you like this? Why? It seems like you're not paying attention to the cooldowns. You're not paying attention to the cooldowns of you and your enemy. You're not paying attention to when you're leveling up. You're not paying attention to when he's leveling up. And you're not like... You're not looking for winning trades. You're just looking for even trades over and over. Like, both of you are growing low, but this is good for him, right? Because even trades means he's scaling just fine. You're supposed to be crushing him during this early game, but you're not right now. And the push is pretty hard, so he can probably chill now and be just fine. Let's see. Like, once again, you don't have a plan. You just do stuff. You know why I know this? Because here you walk up like looking for a trade, right? Your level 3 is level 2, but then when you're around here, then you notice, oh, I kind of want this cannon, by the way. You missed it, but whatever. That doesn't change the fact that, like, if you were gonna go for this cannon before you trade, then you stand here, right? And hit it, and then trade. But if you're going for the trade and sacrificing the cannon, or, like, hoping that you can take the cannon after the trade, that's fine. Then you can walk here and just trade him, right? But you don't walk up for a trade and then change your mind. Now you're, like, taking damage for free, even though you're level 2 or you're level 3 and he's level 2. That should never happen. Like, you are so much stronger than him right now, but you are taking free damage. That's not okay. And then you panic. You're like, oh wait, I should have traded him. And then you taunt in from max range, where he's obviously gonna be able to E in time. It's you're not playing. You're not thinking ahead with any of your plays right now. You're just playing on instinct, and it's not working out for you. Man. Now it's hard. And you see how he heals up? He sustains. You don't. And with this HP, it's gonna be really hard for you to punish him under tower here. And you're also missing a ton of minions. Okay. So if you were like full HP right here, or like 80%, and he was this HP or a little bit lower, then I would, which would be the normal situation, then I would recommend you stay here. Okay? Then I would recommend you stay and you punish him under tower. You ward for yourself first maybe, and then you punish him under tower with a tower crash taunt. But right now, you're too low to do that. So once this crashes fully like this, you should just instantly recall and walk back to lane with a ruby crystal and a potion. And Gragas is gonna have to blow his TP probably to get a recall off, because he has to spend a lot of time to clear these, right? And then the next wave comes in, he has to clear that, or something like this. And he will have to TP back to lane, and you would have a TP advantage at the very least. But if you stay here and waste time right now, when you're not gonna be able to punish him with your HP under tower anyway, it's just, yeah. Like, you're not killing him here, so what are you accomplishing? What are you actually accomplishing? Yeah, and now you get ganked because you're low and you're like on his side of the lane. This is a disaster, isn't it? Like, you might have survived, but okay, let's see how you played this 1v1 by itself. Where is your blade? Okay, so your blade is here. So you should have definitely hugged like this end of the bush here, and then walked here, because then if he chases you this way, when you run out of the bush here, he will walk into your blade, right? While right now you're like desperate to get the drag through, but you had to work for it so much, so you lost so much HP for it. Yeah. And why are you staying here? Like, you should have just recalled and TP'd back. If you recall and TP back, then what happens is he doesn't have time to push this in, right? And then he has to back off super far to recall. He has to back off like here, because you could have interrupted him if he tried to recall here or greed a recall here, and he will lose quite a bit of minions and XP, right? Because it's pushing towards you. So if you just TP back and then force him away and force him to recall over here, he would waste like 15 seconds where he's not close to these minions that's dying, and suddenly you're way up in XP. But if you stay here, he can push it up and get the recall that he wants, so suddenly he will probably be up in up a TP and like completely fine, because you can never hold this, right, with this HP. So now he can just recall, and now you're in a tough spot. Yeah, he's just walking back to lane here. And now you see you had to TP, right, because of the wave. So this was the chance that he took was the exact chance you had earlier to take, and then you would have been ahead in a TP. All right. And always when you're alone in a lane like this, and the enemy is walking back, or you're waiting for them to TP back, always place the blade in a good spot. There's no reason not to do it. You're alone. You're just farming. When you're not, you're missing so many CS when you're not being pressured. Holy crap. Oh my god, you're losing every CS. You should probably go into a like practice tool, I think. And just CS by yourself. CS for the first like 7 minutes of the game. Just miss as few as humanly possible. And do that a couple of times. Just practice your CSing. Because if you can't CS when you're not under pressure of an enemy laner, then imagine like how many CS you're gonna miss when the enemy is actually looking to trade you. And like this part of the game is the most important to actually see as well, because the first couple of backs, whether you get a full Ruby Crystal, whether you reach the mark of 2 Ruby Crystals, that's actually gonna win you so many games. But if you lose as many as you're doing this game, it's rough, man. You're not gonna be able to grow the lead that you want to be able to carry mid games, and that's a huge part of Shen's playstyle. So like, yeah. And when you're alone in lane like this, why is your blade bad when he comes back to lane? How is this possible? It's because you're not thinking about blade placement. If you actually look at how much difference there is between a drag through and a non-drag through, it's like night and day, literally. Like, it's absolutely insane to take like 18% of their max health just in terms of the empowered Q damage, and then you add your AD and stuff on top of that, and you get more attack speed, and you're not placing your blade at all. If you actually place it, then every time the enemy walks up to farm or anything, they just press drag through, attack a couple of times, and you have your taunt to chase them or disengage or whatever. But if you're playing like this and never placing your blade, it's always gonna be in an awkward spot, and you can never trade back with the empowered Qs. Yeah, like, it's just repeating itself over and over, right? You're opening yourself up to a bad trade, and then you're panic taunting in to like try to get something back when his stuff is on CD, but you're not in range. It happens again and again and again, man. You just have to think ahead instead of reacting. Like, you have to know what's gonna happen and make it happen. You don't have to like, you don't want to just sit there and take the trade, like take the bad trade and then notice, oh shit, I gotta do something, taunt in. Like, you need to think, place your blades, focus on when you're gonna hit level ups, which ability is the enemy gonna use, what are you gonna do in response. Like, try to use your use your brain. Alright, I think that's enough. I think that's a good review. So we'll end it there.